Good morning, everybody. It's Martin S51989 here, and I'm now going to be reviewing my top 12 favorite acts from Season 5 of America's Got Talent. As you know, the season concluded this past Wednesday night, in which Michael Grimm was the winner, and I know Grimm is on the list, and I will tell you the position he is at sometime later in the countdown. So my countdown of my top 12 favorite acts. And this is going to take two parts. So I'll be doing 12 through 7 for part 1, and I'll do 6 through 1 for part 2. So I'll be giving 6 in each part. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first two, numbers 12 and 11, they're both quarterfinalists. And see, it isn't just all finalists, it includes quarterfinalists and semifinalists as well. So, numbers 12 through 11 are quarterfinalists. And beginning the list, at number 12, to start out the list at number 12 is a dance crew, and the dance crew that's at number 12 is Wreckless, which they auditioned in Orlando, Florida, and they also had a great Vegas time at the Vegas callbacks. They did something kind of like to dress up more like circus-like things for their quarterfinals in the top 48, and although there were the judges had some things, Wreckless still was a great dance crew, and they actually were popular. Of course, I know I was disappointed that they lost out in a judge's choice, but I still like them. But they were still good. They were an excellent dance crew. So there you go. Wreckless is number 12. At number 11 is another dance crew, and they actually are a bunch of other people, and there's also one dwarf in there too. Yeah, one small person, dwarf-like, and that because number 11 is the Maniacs, and they auditioned. They were featured in the final audition episode, and they did not perform for the Vegas because they were put in Group C, and for Group C they were one of the 10 acts that was automatically put through to the live Hollywood shows. There are also 3 others from Group C that are also on this list as well, in addition to the Maniacs. Now in Hollywood they first start out by doing the Blues Brothers thing of Soul Man, but then they later check off the Blues Brothers clothes and then change to the You Can't Touch This, which, unfortunately, when that changed, we know Piers ended up pushing his buzzer for that, and they got buzzed, and they ended up getting sent home the following night. But I still like the Maniacs. They actually still are great dancers, and they actually have some good moves too. So the Maniacs is at number 11. Now, at number 10 is the first semifinalist that is in. Because number 10 also is dance, and it's and it's a kid dance thing, and they're both young kids, and if you saw them on the show, they were the very first act to audition for Season 5 in terms of televised auditions, and you know who they are, because number 10 is Future Funk, which they actually did pretty good in their audition, and they too did not perform in Vegas also, since they too were also in Group C, along with the Maniacs and 2 other acts which I'll be mentioning later on. But those kids, and in the quarterfinals, they danced to that Fifth of Beethoven thing, which was pretty good, that they have hip-hop dances, and they ended up being put in a judge's choice, but Piers and Hallie had picked Future Funk while Sharon had gone with R&G, but if I was picking the choices, I would have gone with the majority, going with Future Funk, since I actually liked those kids a little bit better. Now, in the semifinals, as you remember, they got buzzed for that. That was only 1 act from Piers, but And it was disappointing that they got sent home, but still, those kids are good. I know, probably their cuteness probably wasn't enough to win the competition, but still they were good. And also, they even made a big appearance in the live finale as well, in one scene sitting in Piers and Howie's seats. They were sitting with Sharon, mentioning their comments, and as a joke, they hit, both Sharon and the kids hit the buzzers, causing the free X's to come off. But since there was no act on stage, it was just for fun and just really a joke. Since there was no act for real. So yeah, there you go. So, but Future Funk, still a great two good child dancers, and they're good. So Future Funk is number 10. All right, at number 9 I'm continuing the dance thing here. At number 9 is another dance crew, and they finished in the top 10. That's Studio One Young Beast Society. They always have a great trend of hip hop and all this stuff with all the big dances that they do, and they never. And that's right, their audition was great. They did also good in Vegas with their performance, and they started to become big favorites after the quarterfinals in the third group, as they were the last to perform that week. Their potential increased after the semifinals, in which they ended up being left in a judge's choice, but Howie did not vote, since Piers and Sharon both put Studio One through. So it was pretty good for them to do it. So Studio One. So there you go, Studio, and it's good that they were also in the finals, but at least it's good. So Studio One Young Beast Society is at number 9. All right, now at number 8 is the first magician in this list, and number 8 is Murray. That's right, real name Murray Sawchuck, now just simply known as Murray. He had a good audition, and he also did pretty good using the car in Vegas rounds. But his best act was in the fourth group of the top 48, in which he used the tiger thing as well as the woman to make it kind of big, making the tiger to reappear in the cage, and that act was fantastic, and he was put through. Of course, the semi-final performance was not as good, but at least he did not get buzzed, since I still enjoyed it, having to use the train and then making it disappear, but he was a little bit more chatty and kind of took the time. But still, Murray is still an excellent magician, and his magic still is good. So Murray Sawchuck, or as I should say, Murray, number 8. At number 7 is another thing of magic. Well, he uses fire and illusion, and you know who he is. Number 7 is Antonio Restivo, and he auditioned in New York, and he also did a great Vegas audition. In the second group of the 48, his fire thing and illusions always continued, making it more fantastic. Of course, he was put in the judge's choice as well, but both Howie and Sharon both picked Antonio, so he won the judge's choice vote over Wreckless. But Antonio also had a great performance in the semifinals as well. It was pretty good. I know I really wanted him to be put through to the finals, but it was too bad he was sent home by America. This was in favor of Christina and Allie, which was in the result of the judge's choice, but still, Antonio Restivo still is a great illusionist, so his fire is so good. So there, Antonio Restivo, number 7. And finally, so there you go. That's part 1 of my top 12 favorite acts. Stay tuned. Part 2 will be coming up right after, shortly, so stick around for that.